Good morning everyone and welcome to my hobby home. Today I am going to be doing, yes I am, my boo pattern for my boo quilt pattern here. I have my fabrics all cut out over here. I'm not going to share the measurements here, but this is going to be finished at 24.5 by 42.5. So we're going to get on into it. I'm finally getting to this and I'm so excited because I want to get this done before Halloween. You guys are probably going to see it after Halloween. I'm hoping to get it before then. But let's get right on into it. You'll notice, you probably noticed here that I have the fabrics. This is my block A or my square A. I have it separated out into 5 stacks, and that is because we're going to be doing units of 5. So I will show you what I mean by that. I'm just going to start by grabbing just 2 of these, and I'm going to do this continuously to make, see what I'm doing, I'm just taking 2 of them and I'm going to do this. How I'm probably going to do this is because I have to make these, just do a continuous stitch on 4 of them. And once I do the 4, then probably what I'll do then is attach, well, what I will do, not probably, what I will do then is attach them, and I don't know why I'm doing the, well, they're the same size, so. What I will do after that is I will sew them together. And you'll probably see that I'm digging in my stacks here because I want to have a mixture of all the colors here. I don't want to, I'll try to not have 2 of the same next to one another. But guys, yeah, I want y'all to know that this will probably be the last, well, for right now at least, the last quilt or anything that I sew on this machine. So it's quite exciting because I did get my new machine and I finally unboxed it last night. I'm still waiting on my walking foot to come in. It was supposed to have come in Monday. She told me it showed delivered, but they hadn't yet got the box. Even though it showed delivered. I'm yakking and not even counting how many I've done. We're doing them all face side together and we're sewing them all at 1/4 of an inch. And you'll notice I keep counting how many I've done because I don't ever remember from one count to the next how many I've done. And I think I only need to do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to do 1 more. So let's make this cutesy little strip count. I don't really like those word fabrics. kind of leaning more towards the grays in this, because those are so cute. I like this with these with the little kitty cats, and too, I like these. These are so cute. Got to turn that up bright. What in the world did I do there? Oh my goodness. Y'all, this is what happens when you just going so fast. You just not paying attention. Got to sew that one back together. Okay, when I take it apart, I didn't know people did not know this, but I saw something on Facebook. People are like, well, did you know this? Most people pick their stitches out like this. You take this, put the little knob under the stitch line there, and just slide it. It cuts the whole stitch out. I didn't know people did not know that. But, you know, I guess, you know, some people... I mean, I saw my grandmother my whole life pulling it out that way too, but... that little rubber piece is on there to keep from tearing your fabric. And I know I just sewed that one all wonky, but it'll all come out in the cuttings. Feel like I don't have you where you can see everything. So now what we're going to do is take these and sew two of them together to make a unit, and then we'll sew an individual one on here. So let's see. I like to see what I have before I go putting them together. And notice I have a lot of orange with black on the side. Well, this is a black and gray. Just trying to figure out. I know I want these two together. So I'm going to go on and put these two together, because that's a nice contrast of the colors there. And make sure I'm all even here. Yeah, these over here are more my light colors. I think want to do this next. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. It is still kind of early morning. Thought I would get in here before I started my day. I'm waiting on things to open up right now. I've taken the day off to work on my daughter's baby shower. And wait, I think I made too many of these. Oh no, no. Because this makes two, I gotta make 2 units like this. So that's upside down. Okay. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Let's see. Let's move these around this way. Yeah, that looks cute. So I have to think where I'm going with this. I think on this one here I'm going to put this, because now we just make the 5th square on this. And y'all, I've already got my next quilt lined up. I was looking at the fabrics I have today because I want to get started on cutting that out once I get this one done. But this one I'm hoping doesn't take too long. I'm hoping I can get it done in the next day or 2. I do have my backing coming in. If you noticed in one of my previous videos, I got the finishing kit. Well, I didn't realize the finishing kit did not have the backing in it, which is okay. I mean, I can go and order some more. You know, it's not a big deal. I went on and I ordered my backing, and y'all, I'm telling you, check out my description and get that. If you're ordering anything from Fat Quarter Shop, I have a link in the description for you to use to get $10 off of $50. That is a super useful. I went and found somebody that had one that I could use too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's no shame in that, because I wanted to get my $10 off too, so I found somebody else that had a code, and yeah, I got my $10 off. I don't know if I ordered just backing or if I ordered more than just backing. I know it's being shipped. That's my problem. I go on there and I see so much stuff. And y'all, check out their Fat Quarter Shop on Tuesdays. They have the flash sale. I think it's a flash sale. Yeah, flash sale. Well, they have the flash sale every day, but on Tuesday usually you get 2 flash sales, which is super amazing. And they've got a charm pack right now for under $2. Now, I know you're not going to see this video before that sale is off, because that sale is off at 8 in this morning, and I don't know what time it is. Let me see if I can get my computer to come up here so I can see what time it is. It's probably about 6:30. Yes, I know I'm sewing really early in the morning, but this is when I like to sew. I like to sew early. Okay. I'm looking at my things to make sure. Oh, I got 2 darks on the same end. That one don't work. Well, I got darks on the ends of a... It don't matter. It don't matter. I'll bring y'all right back because I've got to press these out. Now, our next step is to sew these 2 together. And I noticed this one here has a wonky seam to it. So, and these all have to nest. So that may be a challenge. I'm going to pin these. I have these pinned up together now, and I'm just going to get into sewing them because I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty long video. It is going to be heavily edited, so y'all don't have to sit and watch probably hours of me sewing, but I will chat with you while I do so. Or maybe I won't. I'm sitting here and I just get in the zone when I'm sewing. Do y'all ever do that? Just start sewing and lose all track of time and... Oh, I do. I just love sewing so much. I just get in here and I start sewing and creating and just lose track of everything. My husband has threatened many times to hire somebody to come clean my house, or our house. I say my house. But I just can't do that. I'm like, no, I'll do it. I can't even get the basics of sweeping the floors, unfortunately. I just need to get one of them iRobot things that will sweep and mop for you. Because I have to say, oh, and vacuum, that is one of my least favorite chores. Mainly because my back is so bad that I'll save the looking until later. Let us look at both of them at the same time. I mean, I have a bad back, so sweeping and mopping and vacuuming is really hard for me because of the leaning over and the motion that you make. It is really tough on my back. So for me to sweep and mop, I have to be having a really good back day. And I think I have what most everybody has, you know, at my age. I have degenerative disc disease in my back and in my neck. And that's a lot of the reason why I have headaches the way I do, because it has degenerated to the point where I'm on my nerve. My bones are on my nerves. So it, you know, I can't let it stop me. You know, I can't stop, because if I stop, then it gets worse. And the last time I went to my chiropractor is the one that helps me, though, because he's the one keeping me out of having surgery, because it makes it manageable where I can function with it. Oh goodness, something just happened with my bobbin. And guys, this is why I'm getting another machine. I think it just broke my thread. It did. It does that. I don't know why it's doing this. It catches, it knots up, it breaks my thread. I mean, luckily this machine is real easy to... It's got an automatic needle threader, but see what it does? It catches that thread right there, and I don't know what that is, why it's doing that. We are pressed, and it looks like I grabbed the wrong ones because I've got two plaids together, but it'll work. But you see, this is why I pin. See how nice those corners come together? And this one, this is where I could tell I messed up, because that's upside down and based off of these, because that's actually the direction that's going. All my points come together pretty good because I pin, and because I'm telling you, I can't hold them things together. Okay, so our next step is, since we've got our 2 here, I'm going to lay those to the back out of the way. Okay, our next unit is, we're going to be putting together, looks like 6 of our A units, and then we're going to be sewing an E unit to it. So I'm going to do 3 of these 2 blocks like this, and then just sew them together. I'm reaching over you guys there. Let's see, we've got our little pumpkin. Each one I only tried to do one thing that had to be directional. So let's make sure. Well, we know this one's going to have to go with this one. And guys, this thing, I think this is going to turn, and please forgive me for saying guys. I know a lot of you are not men. I use guys as a general term, as male and female. I'm not gender specific on that. Guys to me is just a collective term of people together. It's not related to a gender. So I think I'm going to put this one on the top. So please don't think I'm calling women men, because it's just a general term I use. You know, what was that on Three's Company or something? It said, "Hey, you guys." That's how I use it. But yeah, I am so excited about getting this done. This is going to be so pretty. I love, and I'm not a Halloween person, so I need to press this out so we can get it straight here to add the other piece. Okay, now we have that looking a little bit better. We have to take our E. We're only making 1 unit, and my E needs to be pressed. Okay, I'm a little pressed here, a little better. And we take our E and put it on our A unit. Because I do trim up my pieces according to the size they say it should be. If at all possible, I trim up. In most instances, I do. There are a few where I don't have the extra fabric to trim it. Because I might have done a full 1/4 inch instead of a scant. I'm going to press and trim and bring you guys right back. Okay, I am pressed and trimmed, and we got, this is called Unit B. This is left B unit. So that's what this is. So the next thing we are doing is a 4-patch. And we're just taking 4 A's and putting them together. I want this one with this little girl on it because it's just so cute. I don't think I got any where she was a full piece, but so I'm doing, now I have to make 2 of these, so let me go on and get 8 fabrics out. 8 of these little squares out. Oh, here's a cute one here. It's got witch's feet. So that'll be cute. Okay, so we have this way, and we're going to sew these 2 and then these 2 and then sew them together. So this is a 4-patch. That's a new term for me. I'd heard it before, but I wasn't exactly sure what a 4-patch was. So guys, yeah, if you do not realize, if you're kind of new to my channel, and if you're new, thank you for stopping by and seeing what I've got going on. If you're not new, thank you for returning. I really do appreciate it. But if you're new here and this is, say, the first video you've seen me do, just know I classify myself as a beginner quilter because I only started quilting or putting together quilt blocks back in March. So I am still fresh to the game here, and I'm learning. We're both learning. Well, if you're new to quilting as well, we're learning too. So join me. We can learn together. I'm learning the lingo. Now, I have sewn. I will say I have sewn for years. So just so that is clarified. I have sewn, oh Lord, I'm 51 and I've been sewing since I was 9. So that's how long I've been sewing. A long time. But I did take a long break from sewing when I had my kids and I was working a lot, and I just didn't really, because I have 3 children. They're all grown and out of the house now. And I have 1 grandbaby. She's a little over a month old, and I have a second one on the way. So now I mix those up and not sure what's going where, but I know I need to press them. So I need to kind of figure out which direction I'm going on all of these. Yeah, I just talking and not paying attention, and yeah, that happens. I think these 2 are going to be together. Maybe not. Well, I've got orange. Well, I can do these this way. So, and these will be together. So I have to press them opposite directions, and I'll bring you right back. I now have my units pressed, so I am just going to fold them over and start. Right. Yeah, this is the direction it'll need to be. I'm trying to follow the arrows on the pattern to make sure when I go attaching to other parts, I have my presses the right direction. Because I'm sure in the long run, that is going to make a difference. Now that I got my needle in, I need to make sure. And normally I pin these, but I didn't on this one. Might have gotten off a little on that 1/4 inch, but we'll press it out and see what's going on. Okay, I have our 4 patches completed, and it's on to the next step. Okay, the 2 units I just did, I had to trim it down. I didn't bring you along for that since it does have to do with measurements, and this is a paid for pattern. It's not mine to freely give. But we take, this is our H unit, and this is our 4 patch. So we are going to assemble them sort of like a H unit, then a 4 patch, then another H unit, then this 4 patch, and then another H unit. So I am going to go on and get started because I have to make sure that my shorter edge of the shorter portion is on the top of my 4 patch. And that's why I say always make sure to trim your stuff, because that would have made a world of difference when I had to trim down. And I know some of you'd be saying, you could chain stitch that. I'm not going to. It's too risky for me to mess it up. And I'm not into messing up as far as I've gotten into it. So, but I know I'm going to have to get up from sewing here in just a little bit, because I've got to get with my day. I'm helping with my daughter's baby shower. It is Wednesday, and we won't be doing the baby shower until Saturday, but I've got a lot of shopping I need to do for it. And for the small things, you know, I've got food I've got to do. I can't cook the food until Friday. I'm doing the cupcakes and her personal request of worm dirt. If you don't know what worm dirt is, look on the internet for a recipe. You will find a worm dirt recipe. It is kind of a favorite dessert in our family. It's just chocolate pudding. I mean, let's say what it is. It's chocolate pudding with Oreo cookies crushed on top of it. And you can either put First time I ever had it, it was done in a flower pot. And a flower was put in it. And then how we make it is we put gummy worms in it. And since it is a fishing themed baby shower, and my daughter loves the worm dirt anyway. She hadn't really been a big sweet eater though, which has been really good. I don't think either her nor my daughter-in-law really craved the sweets. But when I was pregnant with all three of mine, I never craved sweets either, so. But I had gestational diabetes with her. But anyway, one of my squirrel moments there. I'm going to have to get up from sewing for a little bit today and get my business done. It's just nothing's open yet. Okay, I'm looking to see how I press. Okay, and I see how I press. I'll bring you guys right back after I've pressed. And we have this unit done. We're only making one of this unit. So our next step is we will take, now these are all A pieces right here. So I'm not going to be using my A pieces. I will be using my B. So I'm just going to stack my A's kind of out of the way here. And B, it's the same exact thing. I don't know what the big deal is. But we're going to take our G unit, and we're going to be making 2 of these. We will be putting the B units on the G unit. So I am going to take my unit. I've got to see which direction it needs to go, because we have a diagonal on it. I've drawn my diagonal. And we sew the diagonal. And in the photos it shows a dark fabric on top and a light on the bottom. I don't know if that's just coincidence or if it's just how it's supposed to be. So what I'm doing is I'm doing my light and my dark. So once I do this, I'll trim off. But I want to go on and do my second piece down on the bottom, because I'll trim and press and everything at the same time. And of course I'm double checking to make sure I have my diagonal going the proper direction, because we definitely don't want to go the wrong direction on a diagonal. I thought I'm just activated my computer to see what time it is. It's still early. It's too early for anything to be open yet. Except for maybe Walmart. And where I'm shopping is not Walmart today. Wait, did I do that in the wrong? I did that in the wrong direction. I sure did. I did this in the wrong direction. I gotta undo it. I'll bring you back after it's undone and resewn. Now we have our G unit completed. So the next thing we're doing is assembling a unit or a square. We're not using that unit. We're taking this unit. Oh, we are taking that unit. And we're putting it on with this unit. And then these 2 units. So I'm going to sew these 2 units first and then attach everything. Okay, so I have this pressed out and I can see what we are making. We are making the B for boo. So we take this unit and then this unit, and we're going to sew these 2 together. And I notice I'm just holding these seams up as they go under my presser foot there. That's just to make sure they stay down, so I'm not sewing them in the wrong direction. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add this unit. Now we do have, well, no it's not, it doesn't. Okay, I thought we may have a nested seam, but we don't. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this seam under my needle, because I do have some seams that I have to make sure they stay going in the proper direction. Okay, that's the first seam I have to make sure is going correctly. Let me press out, because I don't want to show you a messed up bee. So let me press it out and I'll bring you back. And we have our bee. It looks pretty cute. I don't know if you can really see that very well, but next thing I have to do is add our strips that we had previously done onto it. I'm just turning that up. Y'all haven't noticed, I move my machine around a lot because I do, after I press, I do trim, and that I have to move my machine to do that. I need to set up, I'm going to have to set up a station to do that when I get my other machine, because I'm not going to be able to move that machine. It's so heavy. Okay, I have seams that nest, so of course I'm pinning them. If you're new and don't understand what a nested seam is, that's just where you have a seam that comes together, and when you press it, you press one side up and one side down, And when you put those two seams together, they just lay flat. They lay real flat. It took me a while to perfect the nested seam, because my sewing background, we pressed everything open. And in quilting, I guess you could press everything open, but that would make a lot of bulk that you don't want. So it's easier if you press your seams opposite of each other. And in your patterns, it will tell you what direction to press your seams. And it helps if you press how they say to press, because that way they've already tested this out and they know which direction your seams need to be going or being pressed. Well, at least I know I have one letter done. And y'all, this is, so far the instructions have been very easy. Going to move my little pin porcupine here, or hedgehog, whatever it is. So far this has been pretty straightforward. It's been a very easy pattern to read. And I will reiterate, I am still new, so patterns are very hard for me to read because I don't know all the lingo that is used. But this one is, it's color pictures along with the instructions. Which make it a lot easier to follow. So I will definitely be possibly getting more of their I'm going to look. Oh, I think I'm about to have another one of the issues with my bobbin again. Let's see. Yep, my thread broke. Something broke. I don't know what is causing this. I'm getting very frustrated. And I know I shouldn't be because I'm getting to sew and I took the day off, so trim it up. So guys, see, this is, I don't know what's going on with my bobbin, and this is one of the main reasons why I got a new machine. I didn't, otherwise I would not purchase a new sewing machine, especially the one that my husband and I decided. And I keep saying my husband because that's a large financial obligation, and I don't have that kind of money just laying around, so that affects our finances. So, yeah, we talked about it in great detail. Oh, man, I sewed that one under. It'll be okay. But we discussed this in great detail because it does affect our finances. And but let me press this out and I will show you what it looks like once pressed. Okay, I moved you back a little bit so you could see the full thing here. There is our bee. We've got our bee done. So let me put it away and I'll bring you right back to start the next section. Our next section is making our little ghost eyes. So I've got all my pieces laid out here. We've got J, O, L, O, and I. And this is 2 separate units. So we are just going to start sewing this, and let's see how our little spooky lookers look like. I know this is going to be a long video for you guys. I'm definitely going to try to trim it up a good bit. And I know I could chain stitch and sew, but I'm going to get one unit done at a time. And that may be what I do. I may do one unit and then trim y'all to just the one unit. So you're not having to watch me do both of them. And see, I'm just going straight down and just adding my next piece to it. Ooh, I may have to take me a little drink break. My throat is getting dry here. Now, are you guys experiencing a lot of, I don't know. I don't know if mine is sinus drainage or what, but whew, it is rough. My throat will go dry all of a sudden. I mean, just all of a sudden. It goes dry. Okay, we're just about done with this eye. And of course, I'll bring you back when I have both of them done and pressed. But that's what one looks like. And here's our 2 sets of our spooky eyes. Next step, we're making the eyes. We take our D block, and instead of having them both the same direction, you need to turn one way and one the other way on your eyes, because one's a right and one's a left. And then we take our C. So I am going to start with making that first unit. I may even chain stitch these first 2 because I have my eyes turned the direction I need them. And if I go on and sew them, that gives me less chance of getting them flipped around. And then I can sew that last piece on. Making sure they are even here. I think I am going to just do one unit, and that way I can show you that one and bring you back after I have both of them done. So now I have my spooky eyes completed. And we will move on to, well, we're not moving on. We have something else to do with our spooky eyes. We are to take bee blocks, which these are my bees, and put in the corners. So on this eye, I'll do it on the two top corners in the bottom left corner, and the other eye I will do it on the two top corners in the bottom right corner. So I'm going to do this one. I'll bring you along for this one, and the other one I'll do off. I have my pieces picked out here. And it looks like I'm going to cut my little kitty cat off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to use this piece, because he'll have to be... I could do it like that. Yeah, that'll work. Trying to make sure I have the picture on there, which is probably not necessary, but I like the little kitty cat, so I'm going, and I think I am like wonky off. I'm off. Now we're going to do the right corner, top corner. And on this particular eye, we do the bottom left corner. So I'm just going to turn this guy upside down. Okay, now we have our two O's with our little ghost, our little spooky eyes. Got our little corners here done. And I am going to end the video here. This is going to be a part 1, and part 2 will be out right behind this one, so stay tuned.